Welcome back. In this lecture, we are going to complete these features. First, we will work on the post list page, and then we will work on the create post page, and then we will work on the edit post page. And then we will work on the comments list page, and after that we will implement the delete comment feature. So in the post list page, we will have a button or link where user click. For example, there are multiple rows for every post, and in every row we will have a link that will show the number of the comments, and if user clicks on that any of those links, then we will open a page that will display a list of the comments by that specific post ID or post slug. And once all of these features are completed, we will finally work on this small change where currently it shows the data from all of the users. So for example, you logged in, but you can see the data created by some other user as well. So we have to fix that so that you could see only your data, but not the data that was created by someone else. So let's begin. Again, most of the task is copy paste because we already have implement the logic in the tags and categories section. So things would almost same for the post page as well. So we will first copy paste things there, and then we will start editing, and we will make it dedicated for the post entity. All right, now let me close all of these tabs, and I will copy the tags list because that is small. So there would be fewer items that I would have to edit or delete. So search for the tags list HTML, and also search for the posts list component HTML, and make sure this is in the admin folder, not the public one. All right, now let's select all of this code and paste it in the post list component.html, and go back to the tags list, and in the left sidebar open the tag list.component.ts and copy all of this class code and paste it in the post list.component.ts like this. Now go back to the tags list.component.ts and copy all of these import statements and paste them in the post list.component.ts on the top. So replace this line with the ones that we just copied. Now again go to the tags list.component.ts and copy all of these modules from this imports array, and go to the post list.component.ts and add those modules in this import array. Alright, now all of the errors are gone, and you can now go back to the browser and see the post page is also functional, but now we have to refactor it to make it for posts. Okay, go to the post list.component.html and replace all of the references that have the word tags in it. So first of all, replace tags with the posts, and similarly it should take us to the admin/posts/add when you click on the create button. Now search for it again, tag. Similarly, if you click on the edit, then it should take us to the admin/posts/element.slug. Okay, search for the tag. Okay, this is the function that we have to rename. That would be delete selected posts. We have to update it in the TS file as well. Other than that, I think all of the changes are made in the HTML. Copy this line and go to the class file of this component, and in the deleted section replace the function name with the one that I just copied, delete selected posts. Alright, now let's start from the top to bottom line by line. So in this line we need more than these columns, so let me open the database table for the posts. So go to the structure, and here we have title, content. We don't need to show the content in the table view because content might be too much, and it is not appropriate to show the content in the table, but user can view the content by going to the edit version of the form. So user will just click on the edit button. It will take us to the edit page where we will have a text area that will display the entire content, and user can review it from there, but we don't need to display it in the table. Anyways, we need to show title, and we need to display the category, and I think that's it. So let's do that. Instead of name, I need to have the title. For now, I will not add the category title. I will for now add just this because I need to observe the response from the network to see what we have. For the shape of the object or data that we will be getting from the backend. Okay, so here instead of using type I tag, we should use the post interface, that is I post. Make sure to import it from this path like this, and same thing is here as well. And instead of tag service, this time we need the post service, and in here let's add the post service name that will save this injected service. Now instead of load tags, this would be load posts, and here we need to change the interface from I tag to I post. Save it, and similarly instead of tag service, we should be using the post service like this, and instead of get tags we need get posts. Okay, and this is expecting an argument that would be object. So now let's pass it an object, and you can keep it empty. You don't need to pass any filter because all of those filters are optional. Now here instead of delete tag, we need delete post and pass the ID. Obviously we need to define this function in the post service. Search for the tags, actually this one. This should be load posts, and this should also be load posts. Save it. Now we need to define this missing function. Go to the post service.ts in the front end, not the back end. And here at the bottom, add this function delete post. We will get the ID from the parameter of type number, and we will return the response of delete API call. And here I will pass the base URL, and let me double check the path. Go to the backend post routes, and to delete we don't need to pass the route parameter, so we will have to pass it through the body. So delete this part and pass a second argument that would be an object. In that object we will pass the body property with an object and with a field ID, and we have given it the value ID that we got from the parameter. Save it. Okay, so the error is gone here. Let me see what else we need to do. Go back to the browser and reload the post. I don't see any data, so maybe we have done a mistake somewhere. So go to the inspect element, or maybe we don't have a post. Let me double check. In the post, click on the data. Okay, we have one post that should be visible. So in the console, I see some errors. It is saying that could not find the column with ID title. So here we have specified that we are going to have a column with the name title or with the ID title. But in the HTML, we are trying to reference a different name. For example, here we are trying to access the name, but name doesn't exist. So instead of that, use title here and here as well. And same thing here. Okay, save it. Now we have a different error that is saying could not find the column with the ID category ID. So we have mentioned the category ID in the columns array, but we did not create the placeholder for that. So in the HTML, after the title, I will copy paste this part, and here I will add category ID, and here let's add category text and copy this category ID and replace title with that. Alright, our post is now visible. That was created 2 hours ago, and the category ID is visible. Now I would like to show the category title here instead of the ID. So for that I have to observe the network response. So go to the network tab and click on this response. In the preview you will see the response. Now expand this object. Here we have the category ID. Okay, we have the category object as well, so expand it, and within that we have the name property. So let's use it. Okay, so here instead of using category ID, I will use category dot name. Okay, save it. Now you can see the category name is visible instead of the category ID. So that is more user friendly. Okay, next step is that, actually let me mark this task as a done. We have completed the post list page. Now I'm going to work on the create post page. So click on that. It did not take me anywhere because we did not add the relevant routes yet. So go to the tags routing and copy both of these Angular routes and collapse it. Go to the post routing, and here after this I will add these two routes, and this time instead of tags editor we need posts editor component, and same here as well. Make sure to add the import statement for the post editor component. Alright, now if you click on that, it should take us to that page, but still not working. Let me see. Go to the inspect element and see what's going on there. Here it is saying that cannot match any routes URL segment admin/posts/add. Okay, so I already added this path in the past, so I think we don't need that. I will just remove it from here. Okay, let me look at the tag routing file to understand what we have done there so that we could follow the same pattern. Tags routing module. Okay, go to the admin routing. Here, actually this was the reason. We have registered the main entry routes for the categories and tags by lazily loading their modules, but we did not add the route for the posts. Okay, here we have done it for the categories and tags. We also have done it for the posts, but we have handled only the empty path. We did not define the posts path. So we can do another thing here. I will define another path. I will basically duplicate this route, and here I can specify posts like others, categories, tags. We have the posts as well, but both of these routes will take us to this module. Both of these routes will lazily load this posts module every time. So in this way, both routes would work. Now, if you click on the create, this route exists. That's why it took us to the post editor component. All right. So now go to the post editor, HTML, close all other files, and now open the tag editor, HTML. Let's copy paste everything from that file to the post editor component.html. Now close the tag editor.html and open the tag editor ts file. And from here, let's select all of the code after the class name like this, and go to the post editor.component.ts, and after this class name, replace everything with the code that we just got. Now go to the tag editor.component.ts and select all of the import statement and paste them on the top by replacing this first import statement with the statements that we just copied. Okay. Now go back to the tag editor.component.ts and select all of these imports from the imports array and paste them in the imports array of the post editor.component.ts. Save it. Now everything is looking great here, but now we have to customize it to make it for the post. So let's start from the form HTML. So here we have the word tag. I will replace it with the post like this. Now we have post here. Okay, instead of name, we will have the title here and here and here as well. Also, make sure to replace the placeholder form control name with the title. After that, let me check what else. After title, we need the content. So let's copy paste the mat form field, and here instead of the input, I will add text area, and let's close it like this. Here the form control name would be content, and this would be content as well, and here as well replace the title with the content. Okay, great. Now it will still not work because we did not update our form control. So go back to the post editor.component.ts, and here let's go line by line. So this is a tag service, but we need the post service, so replace it with the post service here as well, post service, and actually search in your entire file and replace it everywhere. Make sure select these two options. Okay, replace it. All right, now by using the slug, we need to get the relevant post. So call the function get post by slug. It will give us the post by that slug, and this should be the word variable post. Same thing here, instead of tag, we should be saving the post, and the type would be I post interface. Make sure to add the import statement for the I post and press the option shift O to optimize the imports. Okay, after that, in here we need the title and ID, and then we need the content. That would also be required, and then we need the category ID, that is also required, and then we need the tag IDs as well. That is not required, that is totally optional. So here I will use this .fp.array, and I have passed it an empty array. So in this way it will, now that we are supposed to save an array here, and here we are looking at the slug in the URL. we have subscribed to it. If anything changes in the URL, we will be notified by using this callback function, and within this we are calling the get post by slug again, and it will get the post and save it in the this.post, and in the patch value we will be updating the post.id, and here name would be title, here post.title would be the value, and next we need the content, and we need the category ID. And the category ID should not be empty string because this is going to be number. So maybe null or undefined. I don't know. So it is saying that number is not assignable to type null or defined. Here, let's keep it empty string for now. And here you can just use as number here for now. And here you can just say as string. I will specify some types here. So here I can add an object, and these are the types: title string, ID number, and category ID would be number as well. Okay, here in the category ID I will add null for now, and here the error is that we cannot assign the null or undefined to it, so maybe we need to add this. I just use the type any here. Okay, after that in the create function in the post service we need add post, and here we need to pass it the title, and then we need to pass it the content, and then we need to pass the category ID. We will also be passing the tags, but I will cover that shortly. Here we need to call the update post function that we will be defining soon, and we pass the ID title here as well, and then we need to pass the content. Make sure to add the comma here, and after the content we need to pass the category ID like this. Okay, here instead of alerting the tag updated, just say post updated. Okay, great. Now let's define the missing function. So copy this function name, go to the post service in Frontend, and here at the bottom I will paste the name of the function, and we will be getting an object. In that object we will be getting title, content, and category ID and the tags. Let's add the type for this these parameters. Title string, content would be of type string, and then category ID would be number, and then tag IDs would be array of numbers. After that add curly braces, and then we will return the response of this .http client.post function and give it the type that it will be returning the created post of type iPost interface. Make sure to add this interface through the import statement if not already. Okay, so here I will pass it this .base URL, and then we need to pass second argument that will have the body. So every property in this object would be the body. So first would be the title, then content, then category ID, then tag ID, and that's it. Remove this subject line curly brace. Okay, actually we got an error here that we did not pass the tag IDs, that's why it is throwing error. Just pass it. And here we have error that unknown or undefined is not assignable to type number array. So here again I can add as any array, and here we need to pass the tag IDs in the same way. Go to the update post function. Let's define this missing function update post, and we will be getting the ID, title, content, category ID, tag IDs, and here let's add the type as well. So these are the values that we extracted from the first parameter that was object. Here we need to define the type of that parameter. ID would be number, title would be string, content of type string, and category ID would be number, and then we need to define the type IDs of type array of numbers, and here we will return the response of this .http client.put and give it the interface iPost, and here pass it the base URL, and then we will pass the second argument that is an object with all of the properties and values that we want to pass to the backend as the body. Okay, now let's fix this alignment. Go back to the post editor.component.html, and I'm going to style the mat form field. Go to the post editor SCSS file, and here I will mention this selector mat form field and set the width of 100%. Okay, now it is looking much better than before, and after that I need to add a drop down to select the category, because every post must have at least one category. So for that, let's first implement the logic in the TS class file. Here I will add a variable categories of type I category array. Default value would be empty array, and in the constructor I will immediately call a function this dot load categories, and now let's define that function here, load categories, and within that call the function this dot. Actually we have to inject the categories service as well, like we did for the post service. Add category service is equal to inject category service. All right, here use this dot category service dot get categories, and it will give us an observable that we will subscribe to, and in that subscribe function we will pass a callback function that will give us a parameter categories that would be response from the backend. We will assign that response to the categories property of this class. Save it. Now go to the HTML file of this component, post editor.component.html, and after the title, or maybe before the title, wherever you prefer, I will add it here. I will add the drop down menu, but for that I need to add another module in the imports array of my component. In the post editor.component.ts, in the imports array, let's add mat select module, and make sure to add relevant import statement. Save it. Now it is available to use in the HTML. Go to the HTML, and here I will add please. Actually, let me copy paste this field here like this, and here I will mention the label select category, and instead of input I will use the select tag mat select like this, and here instead of the form control title I will use category ID. Make sure this form control name is exactly same that we have defined in our form group here. Okay, add the title category, and this is the error that would say please enter valid category, or please select a category. And here let's close the mat select, and then between those tags I will add the mat option, mat dash option, and within that I will pass my value. But before that I need to wrap it in the for loop. We will try to use the same loop that we added here, for loop. So let me just copy the syntax, and here I will add it, and instead of the post I will add categories, and here we will add the category variable and track category dot id. Okay, now within that we have mat option, and here I will display the category dot name, and we also need to mention the value that would be category id. Make sure to use the square bracket value and pass the category dot id to it. All right, save it. Now let's see what it looks like. You can see this select drop down is showing me all of the categories. You can select any of these, so this is very user friendly and looking great. All right, now test it. Select the category, and here I will add hello test in the content. Okay, there is some problem here in the routes. When I click on the tags, it shows this create new post form, and in the inspect element I see these errors that is saying that this is not found. Okay, strange. We have to figure out that why it takes it shows this section. Okay, I now understand why this issue is happening. When you click on the post, everything works fine. When you click on the categories, things stop working. And let me explain. Here, if you go to the admin routing, we have specified the empty path. Any empty path would load the posts module. Okay, and if you go to the post module, and in the post routing module, here we have specified a route parameter. So this means, so if I take you back in the admin routing, here this route means we are talking about the URL up to this segment. Okay, localhost 4200/admin. So that's mean at this part it will go into this module and look at this routing and try to match these routes with the segments that are after the base path, after /admin. So after /admin we have /tags, and here we are saying that anything after /admin would be considered this route. Okay, and we are naming it slug. So basically it is considering this word tags as the route parameter slug, and it is currently matching with this route. That's why nothing else is being loaded. It is just loading this component, that is the post editor. So this was a mistake, so we have to fix it. For that, instead of keeping it empty, we should add edit /slug. Okay. Similarly, we should look at other entities routing files like categories, and if this issue is there, then we should fix it there as well, like this. This is not the right way. We must have to specify edit / the route parameter. Now go to the tags routing module and do the same change, edit / this. Okay. Now things would definitely work without any problem. All right. Excellent. Now we just have to fix the paths where we take user to the edit page. Okay, so go to the tags list.html and here find the pencil icon or edit. Okay, here after tags I should have added edit like this, and let me actually double check. Go to the tags, click on the edit. Yes, it is taking me to the right page and you can see edit segment in the URL. Now let's do the same for the categories list.component.html. Here I will add /edit here as well, and let's click on the edit. Yep, this is also working. Now go to the post list HTML and here I will add /posts /edit, save it, and yes, we have the post /edit the slug. Okay. Excellent. So things are now working. The route is working. Now it's time to test the new post creation. So it's time to test both operations, edit and create. So let's first test again the create. Testing new post, this category, the content, hit the create, and it took me to the tags page after insertion was done. So we have to fix that. Go to the post editor, go to the TS file and here search for the tags. Okay, it is taking me to the tags. Remove the tags and replace it with the posts. Now go to the posts. This new post has been created a few seconds ago, but same problem, the order is incorrect. So go to the backend project in the post service, and on the top we are getting all posts and we did not use any filter, any sorting yet. So here I will add order property and here I will pass an array with created at descending order. Now reload it, you will see latest would be shown on the top. So normally it should show the latest first, like I just created this one a few seconds ago, but still this is showing first and it is showing in an hour. So it looks like, I guess maybe I just added that manually, I don't remember, but I guess the date is in future. That's why it is saying that in an hour. So we can double check that. So if we go to the ID1 test and if you look at the date, yes, the date is in the future. That's why it is working like this. So we can just set the older date. Maybe here I can set 16. Okay, I have set an older date and save it. Then now issue will be resolved. Reload it. Okay, now everything is working as expected. Now I want to test the update feature. So click on the edit. Here I will add update, use a different setting, and here use the update like this. Okay, it is saying post is updated, and let's go back. And yes, I can see this was updated a few seconds ago and the category was also updated. Okay, excellent. Now we need to test the delete function. So, but we have to just make sure that it deletes all of the child data. So open the table plus, let's see what child data we have for this post. So for example, post will have the post tags associations, but we don't have anything else that we need to remove before deleting the post. So go back to the backend, search for the post controller in the backend project, search for the delete post controller, and here we are getting post, and then we did not check for the post tag relation. So let's just delete them here, use the await and then use delete post tag relations. Make sure to add the import statement for this function. Make sure to add import statement for this function if you did not add that already, and then call it, pass it an object, and as we have the post ID this time, so I will pass it the post ID. and it will just work. Now we still have to test the tag IDs, but we will do that after testing it. So right now we don't have an interface here that will allow us to add the tag ID. So I will manually add one tag ID to this post just to check if it deletes. So reload it. There is a tag with the ID 6, so we'll use that, and the post would be 446. Go to the post tag 46. Okay, here use the now, and now here as well, save it. Okay, so now let's try to delete this category. We used the first one, hello 333, so this one. Now select that, and in the database let me open the post tags table. This is the row that should be deleted. Hit the delete button, and that post was deleted. Let's check if the tag was deleted or not. Yes, tag relation was also deleted. Excellent. Now let's proceed and go to the form, and here we will add the field that will allow us to select multiple tags. So let's do that. So let's go to the Angular material website. We will use something else, a different component that may have a chips option. So let's see the appropriate component. Okay, below this section we will add the chips that will display the selected tags like this. There are many complex options as well, so but I will try to keep the simple version of the chips that would be like this. Okay, so to display these kind of lists, just go to the source code and copy these, and on the bottom here I will add these. I need to add the modules in my post editor.component.ts. So go to the imports array, add mat chip module, and now if you check, we have the tags visible. Now we should add the cancel icon as well on these. So if we look at this example, how they added the cancel icon in the mat chip button, we should also add a button, like copy this button, and for example here I will add it like this, and we need to import the mat icon as well. So let's add the module, mat icon module, save it, and here let me just remove this area label. Okay, and here you can see the cross icon is visible. So if you click on that, we should remove this tag from the array. So first of all, here we should make an HTTP call in the constructor, like load categories. We should call another function that will load all of the available tags, and then we should also send a request to backend that will give us only those tags that are associated with this post, and we will do that only in that case if we are editing it. So for now I will just load all of the tags. So call the function load tags, and here I will create a variable tags of type I tag array is equal to empty array. Now let's define this function load tags, and here let me remove this. We need to access the tag service, and let me inject the tag service as well here. Tag service is equal to inject tag service. Make sure to add the import statement for the tag service above here like this. Okay, now I can call get tags. It will give us all of the tags from the database, and then we will assign those tags to the tags property. Okay, now above this or after this I will add a button or drop down. Let me actually copy the mat select section that we added earlier. Copy this and paste it here after the chips section. Save it, and it will display like this. Let me add some margin top, class empty 5. Okay, now instead of displaying the categories, we should display the tags, tag, select tag, and here tag as well, tag ID, or maybe actually we don't need to specify the form control name here for now. And here I will use tag.id and same tag.id here and tag.name. Okay, save it. Now here you can see all of the tags are visible. So as soon as you select any of those tags, it will push that tag in this list. Okay, so I will add another field or property here that will be responsible for displaying this tag drop down. So I can add it and name it show tags drop down is equal to false, and in the HTML we will wrap it in that condition. If show tags drop down is true, then show it, otherwise don't show it. Okay, So currently it is false. That's why it is not visible. Here I will add a button. Let me remove this closing mat chip tag. And here I will add mat raised button. Actually, we should not add the mat chip remove here because this is not a chip anymore. Now everything is perfect. And let me add some spacing around this button. Add class y should be 4, or actually y should be 9, mb should be 5. mb is not working for some reason, so I will just add some margin top here. Class empty 5. Okay, great. Now if I click on this add more tags button, it should set the value of this variable to true. So here I will add the type simple button, not the submit button, because when I clicked on that, it tried to submit the form. That's not what we want. And let's add the click event. And then here I will set show tags drop down to true. Okay. And now if you click on that, it will display this. Actually, we will make it toggle. So here you can inverse the value of the show tags drop down. So whenever you click on it, it will show and hide. And we should change the text as well based on that value. So here I'm saying if show tags drop down is true, then show the hide word, otherwise show the show word. So finally it will say show tags drop down or hide tags drop down. Okay, like this. And let me change the icon as well based on the value. So we have the show tags drop down true, then it will use the class icon expand less or expand more. Okay, and here let me change the text, add more tags, and here I can actually show the hide. Actually, I think I don't need to change the text here. I can just say add more tags. Okay, because the icon would do the job. If you click on that, icon would be opened or closed like this. Okay, this will make more sense. Now I need to make another change. So I need to wrap the mat chips in the for loop. So let's remove it. And here in the TS file, we already have the selected tag IDs here in the form group. But these are IDs. We want to display proper titles or names of the tags. So for that, I will add a getter function get, or maybe, yes, we will use get selected tags, and then we will return this dot tags dot filter. And in this loop, I will check return only those tags that are already available in the tag IDs. So it is saying it can be possibly undefined. So for that, I can add question mark here and return this. Now to use this, I will just wrap the mat chip in the for loop like this. And here I will paste my code within these curly braces. And here I will add selected tag of selected tags, and here track by selected tag dot ID. Okay. Now currently it will not show anything because nothing is selected yet. Okay. And here let's replace this text with the actual text. That would be selected tag dot name. And now as soon as you select something from this drop down, we should push the ID of that tag into the tag IDs array of the form group. Okay, so let's do that. Here in the select tag, we have an event selection change, and here we can get the value from the event. So event variable is a special variable from Angular that holds the value of the changed selection. So here I will basically call a function add tag and pass it the event that is basically the selected tag. Okay, I will show you in the alert as well. In the TS file, let's define that missing function tag of type iTag, and here I will alert JSON.stringify pass the tag. Okay, it is saying that mat selection is not assignable to parameter of type iTag. So maybe here I need to use event.value. Yes. Okay, now let's try it. Click on that, select a tag, and we got the ID. Okay, so we got the ID already. So that's mean it is not the I tag. This is a type number. And now we can use that tag ID to push in the form group. First of all, we need to get the form array. So we need to get the tag ID form array. For that, we will use constant tag IDs form array is equal to this dot form dot get. Here I will use the typecasting as form array. Make sure to import the form array from the Angular/forms. Okay, and here now I will use tag IDs form array dot push, and we will pass it the new form control, and that will take the tag ID. Great. Now let's test it. Go back to the browser and let's select a tag. Yes, it is working. Okay, let me remove that JSON pipe that I added earlier, and I used the common module here to make this pipe work. Otherwise this pipe doesn't work. Remove it. All right, so everything is working perfect, and also I would like to hide the drop down immediately after we have selected something. So let's do that in the add tag function. Let's hide the drop down. For that we will set the value to false, save it, and now let's try. I selected something, it was closed. Let's select something else, it was closed. Okay, now we need to make this cross button functional. So go back to the HTML, and here I will add the click event, and we will remove tag from a remove tag. I think that's fine, and give it the selected tag .id. Let's define this missing function in the post editor.component.ts here, and we are getting the tag ID. Let's remove it. So first of all, I will do the same. We will get the tag IDs array, and then we need to get the index of the tag ID from the tag IDs form array. So for that we will use the constant index is equal to, here tag IDs form array has the controls property, and here we have a function find index that takes a callback function. So in this callback function we will be getting a parameter that is named control, and here in this function we have to return true or false. So in every control we are getting the value and comparing with the tag ID we got from the parent. So if any tag ID that matched with this tag ID, it will give us the index for that specific tag from the tag IDs form array. Okay, once that is done, we can use tag IDs form array. There is a function in this form array that is remove at. Just pass it the index and it will remove it automatically. Now it's time to test it. Let's add it and click on that. It is removed. Same for this. You can add multiple as well just to test. Okay, let's remove this. This was removed. Excellent. It's time to implement that. We know that it is being added in the tag IDs and it is being passed to the API request. So we have to make sure that we are taking care of this data and inserting it in the database. So let's go back to the backend, search for the post controller.ts, search for the add post controller, and we already are getting the tag IDs. That's mean it should definitely work. We are inserting it. So here I'm going to insert this post with tags. Select a category and add a content something, and I'm going to add few more tags. Okay, let's hit the create button. It was created. Now click on the edit. Currently it will not show the selected tags. Okay, so let me see what we have. Go to the inspect element, go to the network, reload it, and let's see so this is basically the slug, and this is how we're getting from the database. And if we look at it, we don't have the tag IDs included with it. Okay, so either we can send a separate request or we can include the data within the same request. Let me actually use a separate request. So let's close this for now. And here, if we have a slug, we are getting the post by slug. And once we got the post here, I will get the post tag associations. So let me inject another service. Post tag service is equal to inject post tag service. Actually, we don't have this service, so maybe we have the function within the same class. This is the function that we need to use, get post tag. This will return us the association, so no need to inject another service, just remove that. And now here I will this dot tag service dot get post tags, and we will give it the post ID like this, and we will subscribe to it, and that subscription will give us the tags in from the response of the API call. And now these are the associations. We just need to get the tag ID. So create a constant tag IDs is equal to tags dot map tag should return the tag dot tag ID. Okay, now we have the tag IDs. We can simply insert them in the form array. Okay, let's do that. Now let's get the form array from the form group by giving it the name tag IDs, and now we will use the for each loop tag IDs dot for each, and we will pass it a callback function that will give us the tag ID in every iteration. Then we will use the push function to insert the form control for every tag ID one by one. Okay, now let's look at this. You can see if you reload it, every time it will automatically add the selected tags. Okay, now if you delete few of these, for example, I removed one, it should be deleted because we already have covered everything in the backend. So if that ID was missing, then it should be updated. So let's try. I updated that. Now let's reload it, and on reload, that deleted tag should not come again. Okay, this came back. So let's see what wrong we have done. In the inspect element, go to the network. Let's see what's going on. I deleted that, hit the update, and go to the network request that we got here. Go to the payload. Yes, we have only 2 tag IDs, then it did not remove the missing one. So let's see what we need to improve in the backend. Search for the post controller, and here let's see for the update post controller. This is the tag IDs we are getting, and here we are getting the post tag relations by the post ID, and here we are adding tags to the post. We should get the list of the tag IDs that were missing in this array so that we could remove their associations. Okay, so here I will check if tag IDs is true, that means it is not undefined, and then I will get the tag IDs that were not in the body, okay, of this HTTP request. Now for that, I will create a constant tag IDs to delete. Tag IDs to delete is equal to post tag relation. So basically post tag relation is the array of the post tag model. So this has the complete relationship track. We will use it, and we will extract the list of the post tag relations that were not present in this array tag IDs. So here I will check if return the response of this condition, that if not tag IDs dot includes, and pass it the post tag relation tag ID. Here it is saying that the type of number or undefined is not assignable to parameter of type number. So maybe I need to add this symbol here. Okay, this issue is solved. Okay, here I am saying that only give me those post tag relations whose tag ID does not exist in this array. Okay, in this way we will have only those post tag associations that needs to be deleted. Now I will simply delete those associations very easily, as these are the models. So we can use tag IDs to delete, use the for each, and in every iteration we have a model post tag. So in this I will use post tag relation dot destroy, and here we can use the await. All right, make sure to add the async here so that we could use the await. Okay, now let's test it to see if it is working or not. So reload it, and let's delete this one, hit the update. It was updated. Now reload it. Okay, yes, now it is working. It has deleted the missing tag from the database. In this way you can remove all of these and update it, reload it. Everything is still working. Okay,